Hey everybody, welcome to our next edition of Coalitions Getting Coffee during COVID-19. Today we have with us Kristy Sutton, who is a teacher and student council lead at the Daingerfield High School. Kristy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing great. Sunshine's out. It's a beautiful day, and I'm excited to be talking with you. I like to start these interviews off with a little bit of fun. And one of my favorite questions to ask is for you to share one of your controversial opinions, a fun controversial opinion that's non-political. So, for example, one of mine is, and it's not so controversial here, but there was a time when I lived in Indiana up in the Midwest. And one of the strangest things I found about Indiana is that they pronounce the candy that has chocolate and peanut butter, Reese's, instead of Reese's. And when I would talk to them about Reese's and Reese's Pieces, they would always say, no, it's Reese's. And so that was a controversial opinion of mine, and I insisted that the kids in my youth group adapt to the way that I said it. But anyways, it's not so controversial down here. This is one of the few things that in the South I think we pronounce correctly, which is Reese's Candy and Reese's Pieces. So what about you? What's a controversial opinion you hold?
Well, mine's not really controversial either, I don't think. It's more of a pet peeve than a controversy. But you know, like when you go in stores and they have a door for the entrance and a door for the exit, I cannot stand when people are coming out the entrance when I'm trying to get in or coming in the exit when I'm trying to get out. I just want to run them over with my buggy. Not really, but it's not really a controversial thing, but it's just more of a pet peeve. I really thought about that, and I was like, I really don't have any, controversial ideas, but I do have some pet peeves, and that's one of my pet peeves.
Well, that's a good one. I would be one of those people who you would want to run over, for sure. I pay no attention. Those are suggestions more than rules to follow, especially when no one's coming. Just take the one that's closest to you. If your car is to the right and go out the entrance, it's no big deal.
So, see, maybe it is controversial. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I mean, obviously,
the only person in the world who feels that way.
Right. Well, when you see lots of people doing it the opposite way, it must be controversial, because I think a lot of people are in my boat and pay no attention to that stuff. I like it. It lets us get to know your personality a little bit. So,
I would never run over anybody with a buggy. Let me just say that. I would never do that.
Oh, no, I know you wouldn't. No. Kristy, you've been with the coalition from the beginning, and so it's clear that you have a passion for students, for youth, and I just wanted to give you a chance to share with the audience a little bit about that passion, and maybe share also where the passion for substance abuse in terms of youth comes from.
Well, my passion for children in general I've always had that. I've always been around children ever since I was a little bitty. I mean, I'm the baby in my family, so I didn't have any younger brothers or sisters. But I always babysat since a very young age. Ever since I was a little bitty, I always knew I wanted to be a teacher or a nurse, kind of the nurturing part of me. But I went into teaching, and I taught elementary, and then I moved to high school. So I've always loved children. I've always wanted to help, kids as much as I can. But as far as the substance abuse part comes into play, I never struggled with substance abuse. I never struggled with drinking alcohol. Alcohol's never been a part of my life. Now, I had family members who struggled. So I guess my passion for not wanting to see kids get into drugs and alcohol comes from seeing family members struggle with it. I've seen close family members lose their families because of alcohol abuse. Not necessarily they were alcoholics, but they maybe drank to the point of being mean, and it ruined their marriages and ruined their families. And I've seen that happen on several occasions. So I've always been a strong advocate of, drinking to the point of drunkenness, or drinking to the point of where it changes your personality. And I just feel like young people, the longer you can stay away from drugs and alcohol, well, not drugs, alcohol, stay away from drugs, period. Stay away from alcohol, the better off that you'll be, in my opinion. Now, as far as the the drugs go, I've never had anybody in my family or myself personally struggle with drugs, but we all know the impact that drug use can have on you. And I just want kids to see it. I mean, I can't give them a personal experience, but I can, point them to other people's experiences with drugs and how bad it is and how awful it can just change your whole future, and it's just not worth it.
Exactly. Yeah, and you don't have to be someone who struggles with it to still want to do the right thing and help others along.
Right.
In fact, it shows that you're going a little bit above and beyond. It's not something that's personally touched your life to a steep degree, and yet you still have a passion to help kids work through it. So that's awesome. And what you said is really right about delaying the age of first use. One of the favorite statistics that we like to share is that if you can wait until you're 21, you're 7 times less likely to become alcohol dependent than if you started, which most people, and the average age of first use is around 13. So if you start at 13, you're 7 times more likely to become dependent on alcohol than if you
And the more parents talk to their kids about it. I have 3 kids, and 2 of my, my 2 boys are older. They're 21 and 19. And, my husband and I have always shared with them our views on alcohol use. And I hope that it makes a difference in their personal lives. I know that the more parents talk to their kids about it, the less likely they are to abuse it as adults.
Absolutely. Yep. So we're in the shelter in place order. This coronavirus stuff has been going on for quite some time. I'd love to give you as a teacher, our audience, a kind of an inside view of what it's like being a teacher. I've got some little ones at home, and so I know on the parent side what it's like to do this online distance learning. But what's it like for you and your administrators and your fellow teachers? I mean, just fill us in a little bit on kind of how this online digital shelter in place order life is affecting you.
Well, it's very different. The kids in our district, we passed out a packet to begin with that they worked on, and then we sent out our emails. If they had any questions, they could email us, and then they turned that packet back in, and they've since gotten a second packet. And it's just so different because you want to know how your kids are doing. You want to know, are they struggling with the work? Do they need help with the work? Would they reach out to us if they needed to? And I have had a couple of people reach out to me, but I've tried to keep up with kids as much as possible. We got a list of kids that we have to call every week and check on them and make sure they're doing okay. They're probably getting tired of us calling. Yes, I'm fine. I mean, they haven't been rude, but I'm just thinking they're probably like, quit calling me, Miss Sutton. But, we just love them and we want to check on them. And my student council kids, how do you even say that? Zoom a meeting? I don't even know how to say it. I don't know what the correct lingo is, but we had a meeting, and it was good seeing all their faces and being able to check on them and see how they're doing. And I also have a 4th grade daughter here at the house, and I've been homeschooling her, and that's been really different. It's been interesting, but her teachers have been really good about checking in on her. Her math teacher has actually has a YouTube channel, and she does all the work that she sent home. She made little videos showing how to do the work, and she put it on the video. So if I ever, because you know how kids are today, Mom, that's not how we do it. So I can go to the video and her teacher can do it the way her teacher does it. So it's been very interesting, but I'm ready to get back to school. We're not sitting here twiddling our thumbs saying, oh, let's eat our bonbons and watch TV. We want to be at work. We want to be with our kids.
Yep. Yeah, I've been around some teachers. I spent some time teaching myself, and I know that, the vast majority are in that profession because they love kids and they want to be around kids. So I imagine it's hard to not be around them. I'm wondering, Kristy, there's no question that this is a difficult time for a lot of people. But I just kind of wanted to get your take on maybe a silver lining, something you see from this whole experience that perhaps once it's all over and we emerge through it, that maybe we can take and change us for the better. Have you noticed anything? Are you seeing anything positive?
Definitely. For me personally, because I can only speak for myself, but it would be to slow down. Our lives had gotten so busy, and I'm not even talking about from the aspect of I have to take a kid to this sport and this activity and that activity, because we're not really busy in that aspect. My husband and I are just real busy in our own personal careers, and on our jobs, and just slow down. You know, we've been able to eat dinner together each and every night. Now, I'm not saying I'm enjoying the cooking every night part, but we've been able to sit down as a family and eat together. You know, we spend a whole lot more time together, and it's just been fun and enjoying the time together. So I hope when this is over that we can still, maybe people will see it's not so important to be involved in having your kid involved in 15,000 million things, you know, because sometimes kids are involved in soccer, baseball, gymnastics, karate, just everything because their parents want them in so much stuff. Maybe just, you know, kick back to only maybe one or two activities and spend more time as a family. I hope that America has seen that family is really the root of greatness. It really is.
Right. Man, that's such a great perspective. Yeah, it's one of the things that I've seen as well. It's forced us to connect with our kids even more than before. And so, yeah, I agree. I think that's a really good positive thing, and I hope that it does translate well when life returns. Speaking of life returning, is there any one thing that you're especially looking forward to once the shelter-in-place order is lifted? You know, who knows, however many months down the road when coronavirus is a thing of the past, what are you most looking forward to that you can't really experience right now?
Going shopping, other than online. I've probably been doing too much of that. And
Yeah.
going to sit down and eat at a restaurant. Tired of cooking. Well, we do go out and get, you know, to go every once in a while, maybe once a week, but it'd be nice to go sit down in a sit-down restaurant and get a steak.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Mine is a little strange, but I definitely miss getting haircuts. So, I don't know. I really like walking out of a haircut place and feeling good about the way I look. And so it's been a little bit longer than normal for me. And you can call it high maintenance if you want to, but I definitely like my haircut.
No, you're a guy. Y'all have to get your hair cut more often. That doesn't. Mine is more the coloring. My gray is starting to come through. But my husband, he needs a haircut bad, bad. But he
Yeah,
won't
I'm
let me
not
do
very.
it. I don't know why he won't let me cut it.
All right, let's wrap this thing up. Tell me what's in the mug. What's your go-to morning drink? And is there anything special about the coffee mug you've got with you?
Oh, well, what's in the mug is Coca-Cola. I'm
Ah,
not a I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm not a hot drinker really at all. So it's Coca-Cola. And the mug is from Yellowstone National Park, one of my favorite places to go. That'd be somewhere I'd really like to go when this is over.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I agree. Mine's simple today. I just stopped in the local Kid Jones when I was filling up the tank on the way to work. Just got their medium roast, so nothing special here today. But I'm the opposite. I'm definitely a coffee person and a hot drink person. And believe it or not, Coke and anything carbonated is like, oh, that's going to be my controversial opinion on my next interview. I hate carbonated beverages.
Oh, are you serious? That is
Yeah,
controversial.
all of them. I don't like them at
I,
all.
I, I wish I didn't. It's really I wish I could not have them, but it'd be better on my waistline, but oh well.
Yeah, it's the little things in life that help you enjoy and get through it. So,
Uh,
well, Kristy, thank you for the time today. Thanks for all the work that you do in supporting the coalition. I just want to say to everybody out there, Kristy is a huge, huge part of what we do, and the student council there at Daingerfield High School is really awesome, and I've loved getting to know them, and I'm looking forward to when I can be back in the high school working with you guys to do some more prevention work. So thank you again for the time, and have a good one. Get through this school year safe.
Oh, we will. Thanks so much for having me.
All right. See ya.